of months, things have gotten even darker in the world of OF girls. We had previously discussed how Bad Baby, aka the Catch Me Outside girl,
Catch me outside, how about that?
made loads of money on OF the day she turned 18.
Is it true you made over $1 million in your first 6 hours?
Yes.
And now you have many other girls making tens of millions of dollars a year. And one girl specifically made $43 million last year on OF alone.
I was serving at a regular minimum wage job, driving there every day. I'm like, what can I do different?
Which breaks down to over $199,000 per hour for her work week.
$4 million in a month?
Damn.
Yeah. It's weird, because she also looks 14. So, get your bag, I guess. Thanks.
I mean, these chicks are out here putting up bigger numbers than NBA stars. One guy specifically has sent her over $4.3 million since he stumbled upon her page. And she claims to have never...
Why would you put Elon Musk's picture right there? Boy, you trying to get sued. Boy, you are trying to get sued, my boy.
even met the man who coins himself as Charlie. And the lore actually gets much sadder when you watch this video of the very same girl when she's a child saying what she wants to be when she grows up.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor and an astronaut.
Oh my god, that is so precious. I've never actually heard anybody say they want to be an astronaut. Because, obviously it never works, that's why. But
yeah, sometimes reality does hit you fast. Either way, 4 million...
I don't think that's her. She came out and said that that's not her in the video. So... Man, this might be some bad reporting, my boy. But I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna still let you rock. I'll fuck with you.
In dollars on some digital cheeks has to be just about the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. You blew it! Like that is some Black Mirror parasocial down bad behavior this fellow is partaking in. But at least that relationship remained online. Whereas these two other girls from London have been running around trying to break records for the most people they can sleep with in one day.
On a picked up. Do you want the video to be picked up?
Wow.
How many shoes are you guys counting? Wait. Well, these are all the guys. There's more in there as well.
It's almost like when
That's
an
crazy.
NFL or MLB team holds open tryouts for the general public. Only in this case, the whole event is one chick busting it wide open for her many followers. Or in some cases, just random men off the street that they can find. And for that video, she was specifically looking for 100 men to run the choo-choo, and a man named Josh Peters actually made a documentary on the entire event. And some of the things shown in it are downright sad, but also teach a great lesson. Like when she talks about the fact that her father now wants nothing to do with her because she is so embarrassing.
Have you, recognized any of the names in here of people that you might know?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys outwardly say we used to go to school together, or some of Dad's friends and stuff like that.
What, messaging you?
Yeah. I do feel a little bit embarrassed being Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do.
And that despite the monetary success, she feels that...
Of course they didn't want you to fuck 100 guys. What kind of degenerate? Hey man, do you? But I will say, understand the pros and cons. Y'all, I say this every live, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Understand the pros and cons of your choices. That's just the bottom line.
That most men see her as an object because of her line of work. There are also other anecdotal stories presented here to suggest that this lifestyle isn't exactly all it's cracked up to be, and it seems like many of the people who do partake in this industry are left with some sort of PTSD.
The problem is that when you sign up to objectifying yourself, it's like you're signing a deal with the devil. No one is going to see you as a human being. It gets to the point where everyone objectifies you. That's the reality of it. You're like the...
Not true. That's actually not true. I think they just over dramatize. I don't even know this word, but I'm rocking with it. They're just over dramatic about the word object. We are objects. By definition, a human is an object. So, yeah, okay, cool. They look at you as a sex, a more of a sex thing than a love and compassion thing. That would be more accurate to say. Also, there's some simps out there that will still bow down, give you their last dollar, spend amounts of money and never meet you, never see you, but still praise everything about you. So it's not just people looking at you in a very bad way. It's also other fucking simps looking at you in another way as well. But most of it's gonna be bad.
Cash cow.
I also found it interesting that she makes the point that everyone starts out innocent enough, maybe just taking lewd photos in lingerie or a swimsuit, but eventually once the money and the offers start coming in to get more explicit, it's hard not to say yes.
I started off just doing bikini pictures and lingerie, but it is a slippery slope, and the demand is more. Before you know it, you're having camera.
And is that something you...
No, your accountability and your fucking boundaries is a slippery slope. Your morals is a slippery slope. Your discipline is a slippery slope. The mechanism in which you slipped is not a slippery slope. You was the slippery slope.
You regret?
There's a lot I regret on there.
But to me, there's really not enough money in the world to fill the void that comes with selling your soul. I mean, just think about it, guys. Everywhere you go, you don't know who's seen this shit. I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about future associates, and maybe even just random people out there on the street. And it also came to my attention that when she did put out the notice to her fans that she would be having this open invitation, the messages were rolling in.
Damn.
So how are you doing this? You put out a phone number
Yeah.
and people can just apply?
Yeah, so I put out a
Damn.
little Twitter post, and all you do always have to send in a photo of you holding your ID, 2006.
Oh my god,
So
how
what's
does that
that?
make him? So 18.
18, yeah.
But when the actual date came, a lot of these guys pussied out, most likely because they are accustomed to never even being around a woman in the first place, and most of them likely just stay at home paying to look at pictures and videos of other men beating up the box.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like things are going great. There are a lot of guys cancelling. They're scrambling now to find people at the last minute. I don't understand how the guys they're scrambling to find at the last minute are going to get STI checks in time.
Funny, like in the text it was like, you know, if you have any friends who'd like to take part in the way.
And despite what she claims, I know this has to have some sort of deep psychological impact on her.
It's not for the weak girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Don't
Well,
cry
I guess
now.
her friend
The
saw
fuck?
this behavior and decided that she wanted a piece of that online attention. So she went on a quest to be with 1,000 different men in one day. I am absolutely serious.
I'm the girl that lets men queue for hours. But on the 11th of January, I'm hosting an event and I want to give you a ticket so you can skip the queue and then get straight inside me.
And her methods for recruitment...
I ain't gonna lie, that was gonna hot. Y'all can't lie though. Don't lie on this camera right now. Don't lie in this chat right now. That was kind of hot. You can skip the line and get right inside me. Hey, hold on now. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. If I'm first, hey. that was hot. I ain't gonna cap.
had some people shaking their heads in disgust. Just watch as she tries to get this young man who's just trying to make some money working at Five Guys to get involved.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys. I didn't know if it was like a special room where you can take me out back.
No, I don't think I have to.
What about after your shift? I mean, I wanted to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm not saying that.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing that now. I can hold your menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
Like, how is that not straight up solicitation? The dude is obviously young, and good for him for having his head on straight, but she openly brags about this type of behavior over and over again.
Okay, so you can think you're going to stop me sleeping with your sons, but I know my rights and I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's no secret, I'm the girl that slept with over 100 barely legal 18-year-olds at Nottingham for Freshers Week.
And the dude from Five Guys actually came out on Twitter to say that this wasn't on his bingo card, and that he thought it was funny at first, but in hindsight he questioned why she never asked for his age, why she was so persistent, and why she never asked him for his consent to post the video in the first place.
Number one, age thing, because she probably just assumed he was over 18. Number two, about the posting thing, because she want the clout. This is the whole purpose is the clout. So she's not going to ask you for a consent to post a video because she's going to post it regardless because she's doing it for clout. Excuse me. There's a saying. What is that saying? I'd rather ask for forgiveness or some shit than ask for permission or some shit. That's probably her motto.
Because you know these short little videos are really just all promotion and to create buzz around this 1,000 men freak-off. Either way, eventually they would find 1,000 nasty individuals to spelunk this cave.
Hey boys, I'm only a few minutes away from 73 New County Street. Come right now and call me.
I'm sorry, but this has to be illegal. Like, if this was a man posting these videos online, the sick fuck would end up on a watch list. And she even has the audacity to call this a family event.
I'm hosting a family event this Sunday near Oxford Circus in London, and I'd look...
She's funny. That's actually funny. Yeah, you're gonna get some attention. Especially if you're gonna have this type of angle. This is a family event. Bring all your brothers, your dad, your grandpa. As long as they're 18.
of you and the boys to be there.
And then they even posted a video of all the sick dudes waiting in line for their turn. Like, can you imagine being number 1,000? Well, I guess this guy can.
Just out of curiosity, would you want to go first or last in my queue?
Oh.
I mean, you've already had me, so are you going to be selfish and go first again, or are you going to...
Do you know what? I'd probably go last.
Yeah, save the best till last.
Best till last.
What? What the fuck?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Okay. Again, you're going to be experienced, which you are anyway, but...
Nicely warmed up.
Nicely warmed up. Flowing, yeah, I think, last could be better.
Perfect.
God damn, I'm just imagining, like, how much fucking friction would have to happen for this to be pulled off. How much fucking... man. This is nasty work. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I had a daughter and she was like this, I might be a bad parent, but I'll probably disown too, bro. Call me a bad parent, but yeah, I'll be like, I'm good.
Nah. Someone needs to take old boy behind the shed. Like, he doesn't deserve oxygen anymore. Like, at that point, would you even feel anything? And really, would you want to? It would be like getting the 1,000th lick on a community scoop of ice cream. It's just disgusting. Or maybe like taking a glob of gum off that nasty wall that they have in Spain or whatever the fuck it is, and chewing that shit up in your mouth. It's just nasty. I also like how half these blokes are dressed on some Peaky Blinders shit, and the other half just have on crusty tube socks. I mean, just think about it. This was a decision that these men had a lot of time to ponder as they stood there in line next to their fellow man. And I just gotta say it, if they all ended up catching something after this, I would not feel bad for a single one of these.
Well, I thought they was using condoms. That's number one. Number two, I would still feel bad for them, obviously. You know, it sucks to catch some shit, especially if it's some shit that you can't cure. But I would still be like, yeah, that was part of the cons that could have happened, you know?
Individuals. Now afterwards, this is what she had to say about the event and her partaking in it.
This is what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago.
The big 1,000 was completely done. The room was absolutely full. Then we did groups of 5, like one after the other of 5s. I wanted to give people more time, so then it went down to like one-on-ones, didn't it? So like one person would watch whilst I was with somebody, and then it would literally just be like a rotating circle like that.
Yeah, this woman is out here handing out generational trauma.
Let's get a round of applause in the room, people.
And her holding up that sign like she's Wilt fucking Chamberlain after his 100-point game is some nasty work. Like, who the hell is actually turned on by this type of content?
Facts.
In the end, this only took 12 hours of straight hot dog time to accomplish, meaning that each participant had around 40 seconds of fun before it was time to go. Overall, I think the normalization of this type of shit is very bad for our society, especially for young men and how it...
And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse because the next person after you going to have to outdo you. So that instead of 1,000, it's got to be 1,500. It got to be 2,000. It got to be 3,000. Instead of 100, it's got to be 200. Instead of running fast, it's 9.7, whatever the time is, you got to run with 9.6. Everything in life is going to have to be worse or better depending on how you look at it from your perspective. So yes, when we're talking about this, it's going to be a lot worse. I picture some crazy shit. I'm talking about it's going to be some crazy shit. I don't even want to discuss or even put in my mind what's going to happen after this, because this is just a new high or low depending on how your perspective of it is. Man, this is crazy.
It affects the way they look at and treat women. Like back in the day, it's not like all the corn stars were public figures. In fact, most of them were likely shamed. But nowadays, it's like you're just a girl boss for doing this type of shit. They'll show you off at sporting events. You can make public appearances. I mean, it's ridiculous. And a big part of me just doesn't understand the appeal of paying for something that is so readily available. And I also think everyone involved in this little fiasco has something...
The reason why is because these niggas... I don't know if I can say that word. If these guys are lonely, right? So it's devoid of having no companionship. It's devoid of having no intimacy. It's devoid of having no people that you can actually talk to, confide in, etc. No love, basically. So they're trying to get that connection, that intimacy, that companionship through paying. Because, yeah, 1,000% you could just go get it for free on all these websites. But that doesn't give you that connection to that person. So, yeah, it's a sad, I ain't gonna lie, this is a sad dynamic that men are facing right now. But just put the shit down, bro. Get your ass to the gym. Level up your life. Start going out. Start actually talking to women. If you suck, you suck. Start with men. Hey, yo. You can start with men if you're so scared to talk to women and just compliment. Hey, man, nice shoes. And just keep walking. Hey, that's a dope ass shirt, man. Oh, keep walking. Hey, man, have a good day, man. Oh, keep walking. Once you get that down and you can literally do that to any person any guy you see, now start doing it to girls. Oh, that's a nice dog, and just keep walking. Oh, that's a nice shirt. It's the same. You can use the same shit that you use for the guys. Now use it for the girls. Oh, that's a nice blah 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 blah. Oh, that's blah 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 blah. So now you transition from not talking to talking to hella dudes that you see out in the streets and with your gym, etc., wherever you go, using those same exact lines, the same energy, the same compliments, etc., using them for women, and now you are literally talking to women. Now you go a step further besides giving them the compliment or giving the open of saying, hey, have a nice day. Hey, hope you're having a nice day. Now, if she stops or she pauses for a second or she reciprocates your energy, or you just like her a lot, try a second line. So what's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And then you keep going. And yes, you're going to get a couple of people that's just not going to look at you. Yes, you're going to get a couple of people that's going to be like, and just keep walking. You're going to get all of that. Yes. But if you start and you have that under your wing or under your belt, the experiences that you have is going to be way better than just gooning to fucking some bitches online or on F or P-Hub, etc. This is sad. This is literally sad.
Deeply wrong with them. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I understand that nasty stuff like this has been going on since the dawn of time. But the fact that it's becoming so normal and like young preteens or teenage boys or teenage girls are being introduced to this type of stuff and these type of people in regular spaces like Instagram or Twitter where they're just doing their thing openly, trying to draw these individuals in. I don't know, something about that, it really just does not sit right with me. But I want to know what you guys think about this phenomena down below. Personally, I think this chick should be in jail. I don't know, I just can't shake the theory that if this was a man and the roles were reversed, well, the cops would be at her fucking door. Either way, some of y'all need to start thinking...
L-take. Jail, no. She was a consenting adult. All the participants were consenting adults, so no. Jail, no, absolutely fucking not. What else would I say? It's just a dating marketplace that we live in, and I fear that it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get much more worse. I think most men today in 2024 and 2025, they don't have the skill set, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the testosterone, they don't have the urge, they don't have the whatever to actually go talk to women, court them, date them, have sex with them, etc. So they go into their little basements and they go jacking off because they can't do it in real life. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. More women are going to just fuck with the dudes at the top, and the dudes at the bottom are not going to have no women. And you will start to see violence. You will start to see riots. You will start to see bad things happening because of that. Maybe not today, just like my boy from, what's the show, The Walking Dead? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it's going to happen if things continue down this path. So that's what I would say. Man, it's crazy. I personally would say men need to band together, bro. I'm going to end it with this. I honestly think men need to band together and either ban corn or legalize prostitution. You got two choices. This purgatory area that we living in right now with the dating marketplace and how things are set up right now is not going to end well. So either ban corn altogether or legalize prostitution. That's the only thing that I see that's going to fix these two things. This one thing, I'm sorry. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's go ahead and like the video. Boom.